Yes. Uh, the recording has started. Uh, for introduction, I would like to call Isha. Isha, please uh, introduce her.
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you for joining us today for this insightful session on patent examinations. We are delightful to have you with us, and I hope today's session will be both informative and engaging for everyone. It is now my privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Gaurav Jain sir, whose remarkable contribution to the field of intellectual property have earned him recognition both in India and internationally. Gaurav Jain sir is an internationally recognized intellectual property strategist, innovation policy advisor, and entrepreneurship expert with nearly 2 decades of global experience. His expertise span patent portfolio management, technology commercialization, and cross-border IP collaboration. He has been invited to BRICS and Asian and delivered sessions and lecture on variety of IP topics. He has advised many government bodies on patent acts, laws, and has helped in framing IP policy. A standing faculty IP expert with the World Intellectual Property Organization and United Nations. Gaurav sir has delivered advanced training on patent drafting, search, youth and STEM, IP based entrepreneurship, and technology transfer in over 30 countries across Europe, Africa, Asia, and Baltis. He co-developed WIPO's Technology and Innovation Support Centers certification program and serves as guest faculty at NLU Delhi, where he co-created one of India's first streamlined course on IP licensing and monetization. Continues to work with many global universities, CEI, PI, France, DACE, Star, and UM6P, Africa, to name a few. He has also trained patent examiners in over 15 countries from IP offices. Gaurav sir leads Haston Research, a firm that bridges R&D, IP strategy, and startup scale up, converting ideas into working prototypes and launching them as a standalone ventures. He also serves as director of strategy and innovation at Amicures Research. He is also the founder of Possible, an education initiative using the CIIED-led model platform for future innovation in the entrepreneurship journey. He is an investor, mentor, and advisor to multiple companies in India and Africa, many incubated through his own venture fund using IP commercialization pathways. His current focus areas include health tech, advanced and affordable medical devices, and cross domain AI driven system integrated with medical and health expertise. He has system integrated with medical and health expertise. He has managed the end-to-end life cycle of over 1,500 high-value patent assets and advises governments, universities, and enterprises on leveraging intangible assets for economic growth. Popular speaking themes include innovation meets IP, bridging lab to market in domains its high-tech, medtech, fintech, and IP ecosystem. That's all about Gaurav Jain, sir.
Thank you, Isha, for the introduction. Now I would like to call Gaurav Jain sir to begin with the session.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you, Isha, for the very long, illustrious readout. Thank you. In a nutshell, so I am a IP expert. I think I help companies. That is all. Good morning, good afternoon, as per your time zones. So I see a lot of people have joined. Some of my friends have joined. So this session is actually, so I'm going to introduce the topic and speak about it, but I would like some participation from all of you. So the idea is, I hope I think everybody is joining. Yeah. So the idea behind this session is we have an upcoming patent agent examination in January 2027, and the forms are out. And so we wanted to do a course on how to clear the patent agent examination. And this is what we want to discuss, and we want to share our thoughts. And we also want to understand from all of you that what kind of role, what kind of profile you're looking for, and how patents can help you in your career, how this industry is going to boom further. It is already at a very good stage, but it is also going to boom further. So that is our prediction, and this is our hope in both ways. So my first, I actually want to see and understand from all of you. So you see a lot of technologies on the screen. I am sure that you will belong to some of it. So I would like to understand, and can you please write in the chat box what kind of industry you are from? Like you could be from pharma, you could be from chemistry, you could be from engineering, from electronics, from robotics, mechanical, uh, chemistry, so physics, or anything. So we would like to understand from all of you. And also, if somebody has joined using some name like Vivo or all, please, if possible, please change it to your name so that we can identify the people. Yeah, so everybody please write down what kind of industry you're from. So somebody, okay, somebody has applied. Pharma, okay, nice. There's one more candidate for pharma. I would like to see, understand from everybody which industry you are from, like from engineering, Vishal, from IT. Okay. Life sciences. Okay. What in life science? Life science is a bigger field, right? Like chemistry or biochemistry, microbiology. Okay. Nice. Can we have more, please? Computer science. Okay. Everyone, please fast. Yeah. Okay. Sanjay, I know you. You're from law. Okay. Computer science. Okay. So we have so far we have a mix from life sciences and high tech. Chemistry and advanced studies in IPR from NLU Delhi. Okay. So Deepak Singh, is it? So you don't have the patent agent clear so far, Deepak?
No, sir. This time I appeared, but unfortunately I missed just by 2 marks.
Oh, okay. You are on the right track then.
Sir, I only got to know about the patent agent exam once I joined the NLU Delhi for the
Okay.
master's program.
LLM.
Yes, sir. Even
Yeah.
you, yeah, I think this time you taught us licensing.
Yes. 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 Okay. More guys, everybody, please. We have only 1 minute more for this. So far I found that it's like 3:2 kind of ratio, that we have science and high tech, both kind of technology. So see, the whole point and idea behind this question is that I want to understand that everybody is from the technical area and what kind of technical degree you hold. And the whole session is about that how you can convert your expertise in technology into something called as patents. So I hope everybody is at least aware that there is something called as patent. If you are not, then we can also talk about that. Anybody has that question? So if you see the primary slide also, so basically the idea is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. So all STEM subjects will be considered for this kind of role. But yes, overall, only degree mathematics is something which is, if it is not science, then we'll have to think that how the person can contribute. But majorly in India, most of the degrees are given as BSc or something like that. But so everything related to science, technology, engineering are subjects that we can consider for the role of patent agent. Okay. Okay. So we'll go and move towards the actual thing. So what do we mean by it? Like, what is this career all about, and what is the idea behind it? So I'll give you some example that I have been living for years, and we have, I think we have Dr. Bharti joined us, right, Sanjay? I don't see her right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we also have some few other faculty members who will be teaching in this course. So everybody who is into the patent industry from coming from the technology side. So this is our daily life. So I would start like this. So means I have met people like the creator of Pentium 2 processor, the actual inventor of Pentium 2. So maybe all of you are aware that Intel Pentium 2 was one of the most successful chip that was made, the processor core processor, and he was a Tamil Indian guy. So you meet such people because these are inventors and they have been working across the globe. Sometime you met somebody like the inventor of Apple charger, and then they made a multi-billion-dollar company around it just to make the charger, which was the tiny charger. And even now it is very famous. Globally, it is used in the same way. So somebody who has invented the concrete, the actual formula of the concrete of Burj Khalifa. It is not a simple concrete. It is not something that we use on a daily basis, because otherwise this whole building will collapse just because of the weight. So somebody who invented that kind of composition. So these are some technologies. This is some example. Means I can go on and on about these stories. Somebody who invented a very simple bicycle which can have 16 turns with one pedal. One pedal and you get 16 turns, meaning yeah, almost like half a kilometer you will go with just one pedal. And it's all engineering. So there are people who invent these things, and there are people who sell these things. They may not be necessarily the same people, right? So you will see that somebody has invented some kind of charger or some kind of chip. So these would be like one additional thing. But suppose somebody invented fabric which is odorless, colorless, and it is wrinkle free and things like that, right? But he may not have access to everything in market. He may not have access. So he is maybe sitting in Jaipur in some place, and he's not having access to everybody or every industry or market in Southern India, Northern India, Western India, or even in Madhya Pradesh, places like that, right? So what and how this person will actually safeguard his invention, how and why he will safeguard, and through what he will make some money around it, or he create a business around it. So there are inventions which are done by individual inventors, and there are inventions which are done by inventors working in organizations. So suppose we talk about now there is a time of semiconductor. A lot of companies are being started into semiconductor industry, right? So we have new plants coming up from Qualcomm, from Tata Electronics with Foxconn, and everybody in India. So who are they going to give their ideas for protection, right? So suppose they come up with an idea that, okay, we'll create this particular chip, which can deliver this much of efficiency, which can deliver this much of power. But how will they make sure that nobody copies it? So patent is that idea where you can actually protect your own inventions. This will actually enable you to protect your inventions and to help them to market them in future whenever they are protected. It could be a pharmaceutical compound. It could be a biochemistry based product. It could be a medical device. It could be anything. You could have invented something, but the idea behind the creator and the market remains quite far, I would say, right? Because most of these inventors would not have access to market. That is one. Even if the company is there and they are inventing it, they may not have access to every single market in India or outside India, right? So they would like to, they have to work into this industry for their own interest. Second, to protect their interest, and also to monetize on their capabilities, or monetize on their own formulations. So some people from chemistry would have known about a company called Eli Lilly. So they started with a couple of years ago. They started in a room with only few patents in their name. They did not have anything. They did not have any factory or any plant or anything that sort. They started with patents. And today, if you see even on televisions or in YouTube, you would see a lot of advertisement about Ozempic drug, and everything is coming through from the Eli Lilly company, where Bowman Irani is doing their commercial. Maybe some of you may have seen it. So everybody has started small. Mankind Pharma, they have started small. They have huge patent portfolio. Universities are coming up with a lot of patent portfolios. So who are the people who will help these companies, these inventors, these universities, these startups to actually protect and safeguard their own inventions? So that is the job of a patent agent. That is the job that we are talking about. And what does it need? So we have to we should have the knowledge, the patent agent should have the knowledge of the technology, because patent agent will not teach you technology. Being patent agent will help you to understand the legal nuances of it, but you have to come up with the technical knowledge. So that's how we call it as a techno-legal career. Okay, so it is something about, so it is not, I'm not saying that you have to understand law, you have to do LLB or LLM necessarily. It is not. You can completely be in your technical domain and you can be a patent agent. So the whole concept behind is that because lawyers will not be able to understand the technology. How can you imagine a lawyer who has done a BA LLB or a BBA LLB, even LLM, how can they understand the nuances of 6G or 5G even, right? 5G standard or coming up 6G standard. How will you make them understand the pharmaceutical composition behind a drug? How will you make them understand how the robotic arm of a Maruti Suzuki plant in Manesar is going to work for the assembly line, or how the Tesla is using the batteries? So it is the job of a technical person, who will intermediately work with the inventors, and maybe a lawyer, may not be a lawyer. But this person can understand, because you will have basic knowledge about the patent system, how the patent law is construed, how it is enabled, how we have to write it. So if you have some flair for writing, if you have some flair for understanding even analytics, so, and you have to you still want to work into technology domain. So this is one of the areas where you actually create your career. It is a cross-disciplinary field. And why I always say this, so it is something, it's like a butterfly effect. So what do I mean by that is, you have to have knowledge of technology. Suppose some people are from chemistry, some people are from computer science, as we saw, someone is from microbiology. So you will have understanding about the technology, but you will have some knowledge about law, about the patent system, that how the patent system works, how we have to file it, how we have to prepare it. And then you have to have some knowledge about business. So legal, technology, and business, because eventually the invention is going to be protected and it is going to be marketed. Either it is going to be sold to somebody, or it is for your own protection, or you can license it. You may have heard all these words, right? Licensing technology, or you may have heard about royalty, right? So even YouTube creations come with royalty. So similar to that, technology also has royalty. So now imagine you have invented something in 5G technology, and so that one invention, suppose it comes up into standard 5G standard, which is called standardization patent. So if it comes there, so every single call somebody makes anywhere in the world, just imagine, any call anybody makes anywhere in the world, every single message that you're sending to somebody, your known ones, your friends, or anybody you like. So there is a very small minuscule percentage that goes as a royalty to this inventor. Will inventor be equipped to do this? Definitely not. So they can invent, but they cannot manage, right? So that is the area where this profile comes in, the patent agent profile, or somebody from the patent industry who can understand the legal nuances, technical nuances, as well as the business nuances. So that is the beauty of this field. It's a cross-disciplinary area. It's a multidisciplinary area. And I have been working into this industry for about 20 years, and there's not a single day that I have regret, or I thought that why I joined this industry, because this is everlasting. Do you see that inventions being stopping? I don't see that. even more and more solutions are coming up, more and more inventions are coming up, more and more ideas are coming up, right? So this whole culture of startup, this whole culture of creating new products, we are seeing it now. There's a strong wave of it, right? Why? Because few years ago, there was a very strong push towards the patent system, towards enabling the international patent laws into Indian, amalgamating or basically standardizing the Indian patent laws as well in line with international laws, so that we can run with the industry, we can actually walk with the industry internationally with the global giants. And this is the only way, this is the only thing which matters, because any creator, anybody who has created something, they would like to protect the idea. They would like to consider the idea for a patent. Imagine you would have created some boat, paper boat, or you would have done some kind of knitting, suppose, right? For example, or you would have made a painting. Even in childhood, or even some people have this passion to collect toys or to make some fun, very interesting articles out of it. Or you may have done an assembly of a 3D printing if you are from that kind of field. So any creation that you do, you will always be passionate about it, right? Because you would like something that it has to be mine, because it is mine, my name has to be there. And I would like to show it to the world because this is my creation. So imagine somebody invented the whole idea of technology in telephones, right? In mobile devices. Somebody invented a drug, complete drug. Somebody invented this COVID vaccine, right? Why don't they would like to invent it, or they would like to protect it, the invention? Because it shows their name. Forget about they get the money out of it or not, they have to protect it for the first time, and they would like their name to be seen with it. And this is where the patent agents can help, and we become this bridge between the technology and law, because technology people may not understand the nuances of patents. The legal people would not understand the nuances of technology. But if you become part of the patent system as a patent agent, patent attorney, so you be that bridge. And this is one of the most well-paid industry also, if you play your cards right, I would say, within this domain. So this is the industry we are talking about, and this is the area we're talking about. And there are numerous examples around it. So you can, in morning, you can talk about, because you will have different clients, you have different people to work with. So in morning, you will be talking to somebody who has done a reflector patent or some invention around it. In evening, you will be talking to somebody who has made a fabric from carbon fiber, right? Or if you are from technology, somebody would have made your calls easier and possible and more efficient. Or somebody may have some data analytical tool to actually safeguard 3% of power in any transaction. So this kind of invention we are talking about, and this kind of area we're talking about. And anybody who has any connection with patent, this will always and always fascinate you, because you will work with something which does not exist. Any technology, any invention which you are seeing does not exist, right? That's why this is an invention. So even if you search on Google, it will not appear. There's nothing like that. So that is the beauty of it. So you see something which market will see maybe few years down the line. As an example, I've been working on 6G patents for quite about 2 years now, and 6G is not even in sight for next 3 years. So whatever I have started working in 24, we'll see the market in 2030, 29 or 30 maybe, right? So that is so you see yourself, your knowledge will automatically increase because you are solving these problems and you're working with these inventors who are solving the problems in industry 4 years, 5 years, 10 years in advance. And that is the beauty of the patent system and working as a patent agent. So the things we are going to talk about is, I connected with the Viksit Bharat, which is 2047 Developed India mission also. So there is a lot of investment, there is a lot of policy making and changes that government is making. So all of this is focused on knowledge economy. And what is knowledge economy? Means what is developed economy? Developed economy is knowledge economy. What is knowledge economy? It is all new inventions, creations. I'm not saying patent is the only thing, but it is going to play a very, very significant part and role into the upcoming industry into next 20 years, 30 years, which we are seeing. There's a lot of R&D that is going to happen in every field, in every industry, be it mechanical, be it electrical, electronics, telecom, pharmaceutical, biochemistry, physics, medical devices, wherever you can see electronics, core electrical, even the whole engineering, the robotics, the automation processes, SCADA systems, everything. Even batteries is such a small thing like battery is going to revolutionize because a lot of changes are going to come in near future because of need of electric vehicles. So you can come from any industry, you can come from any technical area. I think one of the very major change that you can see is that there are a lot of inventions that are going to come up. There's a lot of R&D that is going to come up. So you can be a part of it in this way. Either you become part of the R&D team by yourself, which is nothing like it. You be the creator, right? But how much percentage we can see in that? Maybe like 1% will go into that. And generally, it's a chosen path. Means you don't choose it, somebody else choose it for you, because somebody will select that, okay, you become this part of the R&D team from tomorrow in your organization, in any company, or suppose you get lucky and you're hired by the R&D unit of an organization. But the area you can choose by yourself is pattern agent. So how you will work? You will not work with level 10 employees. You will work with level 1 and level 2 employees, either the CEOs, COOs, or the actual CTOs, chief technology officers, or you work with their teams who are the actual creators and inventors. And this is the area where you can choose and you can be part of it. Now, even if you're a pattern agent, you can definitely be part of the organization and you can help them to run it. Even then, you will always be working with the best of the people, with best of the engineers. And because inventors are the ones who create something, and R&D team is one who create something, who do experiments, who do new things, right? So this will automatically elevate your profile automatically. And any pattern agent can who's working with industry, who's working with companies globally, can validate my point. I'm not making up story, but you will be, and you can also understand it. If you are in patents, you will only work with inventors. And who are these inventors? They are top of the cream. So if you will automatically elevate your own career, you will automatically work in that area. Of course, it is going to take time. I'm not saying that, okay, you clear the exam and next day you're going to work like that. That is not going to happen. But the career trajectory will be very different. In 5 years down the line or 3 years down the line, your peers will be working at team lead level and you will be working with core inventors and CTOs and sitting in their offices. But you have to work, of course. It is not something that you don't skip working. Okay, you have to work, but your ideas will be valued in a different manner. Your contribution is going to add in a different manner, and your whole profile will be elevated in a very different manner. So that is what the whole point is. So we have about 1.4 billion people who are aspiring to go as a knowledge economy. And right now we have about 5,000 agents only. And more and more people are becoming interested. There is a lot of backlog that is being done. So both ways, patent agent and patent examiner is also, whenever it comes. Right now, there is no opening for it. But last year, Patent Office of India hired 550 patent examiners. And I happen to teach them in various courses. And the amount of knowledge that they carry is tremendous. I have seen people who was a IES officer, Indian Engineering Services, one of the top services in India, right? IES officer. And he skipped his IES and he joined Patent Office as a patent examiner. And of course, he can be the best judge why he did that. But I see that from perspective, and I have this live case. I can share the name. It's a public profile. How I see this is that people are seeing it as a very serious career choice and very serious growth that is going to happen over the next few years. So, and there are a lot of people who are working in this direction, and best of the minds, of course. So, how the patent path goes on? That basically this is somebody comes with an idea, and somebody prepares the application for it. Who will prepare it? Patent agent will prepare it. A patent office will grant it, but during this process, there are a lot of to and fro. Like suppose you apply for something, this patent office will ask some questions. You will reply to those questions. Again, they can follow a second line of questions. So something like that. So this whole process will be handled by patent agents. Then you commercialize it. You license it to somebody. You can create a full ecosystem around it. You can create a portfolio around it. You can help it to give it, you can sell the patent on behalf of the inventor. You can license it at a royalty rate. You can give it to multiple people at a particular royalty. So there are a lot of options that can come up. Or you can go and file the patent internationally. So that is also one choice, right? Because suppose the company has businesses or this inventor would like to go global. So you can go and file this with the respective associates. So Indian patent agent can only file in India. Similarly, any patent agent globally can file only in their own country. Either you pass the exam in respective countries or you work with the associates. So basically, and this the idea of going global is also coming up very nicely because now more and more Indian companies are going and filing outside India as well. So that is also a value add that is happening, right? So these are some numbers. So patent application, this is numbers from Indian Patent Office. Okay. So in 2020, we had about 58,000 patent application in total that were filed in all of Indian Patent Office. Within 5 years, you see the number of applications are really about almost doubled, 110,000, almost double. And this is Controller General Patent. This is the government official data, and anybody can go and cross check it. Patents granted have only increased by say 20% because there's a backlog, right? Year on year growth. So you just see it from 2020 of almost about 200% growth is counted. And not only that, if you see only the Indian applicant, forget about foreign companies, only the Indian applicants, 2020 about 23,000 applications that were from Indian applicants. Then in 5 years, it went up to 68,000, almost 2.5 times. So this filing trend in India is increasing even higher than the overall filing trend in India about the patents, right? So Indian people are filing more and more. That is the message. And some of you may have seen some messages from Prime Minister a few months ago that it was for the very first time that the local applications surpassed the foreign patent applications in India. So yeah, so India is on the right path for the innovation. Everybody is seeing innovation in a very different way. It is not only a tool to grow, but it is also a tool that can monetize and that can give add a lot of value over a period of time. And so that is the reason that we would like to propose that anybody who is from technology sector, anybody who has interest into working more than their daily technical area, technical plus something. So then this is one of the areas where it will give you satisfaction because you will work in technology, which is optimum technology, the latest technology, more efficient, more advanced, and more futuristic. Plus, you will also understand about law and business aspect of technology. So any technology, any product will not sell if you don't have the full ecosystem around it, right? So any company who has technology, suppose Apple phones, right? So Apple phone, how can you sell Apple phones if you don't understand law in a country, if you don't understand business in that country, right? So unless you do that, unless you have the knowledge of law, unless you have knowledge of tax, unless you have knowledge of company structure and everything, you will not be able to launch a product, however the good the product is. So now patent system is one aspect of it where you will also understand technology plus business, technology plus law in maybe say 80% technology and 10% of both legal and business areas. So for that, you will have to pass the patent agent, and this is only the first step to grow in that direction. Even if you do not want to work as a patent agent, but as a full-time employee, but what you can also do is you can clear the exam. It becomes a value-added career choice for you. Plus, your company will see you that as a ready pool or ready-made talent which is available for somebody who can work with R&D team, because you can be the spokesperson who works between the inventors and the law firms, or between the inventors and the VC firms or the investors, right? Because you have knowledge about technology plus business plus some aspect of law. So that is the way that we see it. And that is the reason that we are projecting that everybody who is from at least not 100% people, but at least who have interest into doing something plus to technology, they should be part of it. So some example that I have worked in past in my career. So there is a startup in Jaipur who actually, and in Lucknow also, they are in both places. So they have invented a aloe vera based battery, right? And it is working. Believe me, it is a very successful product and it is getting sales like anything. So they invented it. There is somebody who made a fridge or freezer with using the mud. Like it's like a clay pot, it's like a matka, but it's designed in a very different manner and it is designed to use the same property but in a modern way. Jaipur food, you may have seen this. So Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam invented a very lightweight material. So this doctor, Dr. Dia Mehta from Jaipur, again, I'm not from Jaipur, but I just happen to use the example. So he got that idea that which Dr. Kalam made for a rocket, can we make a lightweight caliper or a foot for kids or for infants who have no leg or who have some amputation or anything that. This program is run by an institution, Bhagwan Mahavir Samiti, and they are one of the largest producers of this food. It's an invention. They are the largest producer of this food, and they replace it for free or maybe at very nominal cost. And also they sell it to various parts of the world, maybe over 100 countries they sell it. And it is one of the best made food ever made for infants and kids. And so it changed from a 4 kg caliper to a 400 gram caliper. That was the invention all about. It is one of the most successful. They got millions of dollars in funding and charity and everything. So you can think about this. So this was a patented idea from Dr. Kalam originally. Tata Nano, which was one of the very innovative products. So forget about the business aspect or the right now the market of it, but this one car had over 500 patents, 500 technologies. So I'm not saying that every technology is going to be successful, but the car was not successful, but the technologies are used everywhere. Okay, in various other combination, not only in Tata, but in other companies as well. So even if the technology is created, it is not for one product. It can be for many, many products. The use of the technology is forever if you use it right. Last week, only in 1st of July, maybe some of you have noticed this, Geo Platform was the first company from India who went to top 20 patent filers in the world. Very first company ever which has taken place. So they became part of top 20 patent filers in the world, not in India, in the world. And so this came only 1st of July, this just a week ago. So the point is that the industry is growing. There is always a need for it. And there is always somebody who is going to do this work. And there is somebody who can actually help you to do that work. So, so the life cycle goes like I explained about it. I'll skip this slide again. So the total filings, I mentioned that it is about 110,000, which are going for the last year. And this year, I think it is going to be even higher. And the grant is about this. So there is definitely a better need of people who can work into this industry and who can actually, so it is from both perspective, one from the agent perspective who will file it, one who will work with from the patent office side as a patent examiner, and they will review your examination and allow it or question it. When those questions come in, the patent agent will reply to it. So it is always a both side situation and the need is in both the areas. So right now we are targeting the patent agent examination as an independent person. So you can establish your own practice with that. There are a lot of funds which are being released by Government of India. So right now, very recently, government has allocated a 1 lakh crore rupees fund only for deep tech R&D, only for innovations and only for R&D intensity increase. Okay. So the national R&D target as a percentage of GDP, overall GDP of the entire Government of India is going from 0.64% to 2%. You can just imagine government is investing 3 times his whole budget for the R&D, and R&D will translate into patents. Patent will be filed by patent agents. So it is very clear. There is no other way around it. There is no hidden idea behind it. So India's vision for Viksit Bharat is on empowering youth, empowering the innovation, and translating these academics into assets. And academic insights is a research paper or a patent, right? Research paper will not be an asset because it will not generate any monetization benefit. It will not generate any revenue out of it. Patents are something which you can generate revenue. So most of you are from science field. So you would know that most of you may have published research papers also. So research paper never translates into business. Very, very rarely, if you have a very high citation index, maybe 0.1% of the papers will convert into that. But patents are something which you can much advance and which much faster you can actually convert it into the ideas as an asset. So yeah. So IP is a core corporate asset because IP. So if I consider now, if you see the overall IP picture, intellectual property is also patents. It is also copyrights. It is also trademarks. It is also your brand value invested in trademarks. It is also your designs, like the design of the iPhone, design of a mouse, or design of a mouse, right? The appearance of it, the Bisleri bottle or the Fanta bottle, all of it, Campa, thumbs up, right? So even a car, how it appears. So all of these are subjects of intellectual property. All of the intellectual property combined today in most of the organizations, it has higher value than the overall value of the company. Now imagine if you just go and look for the overall valuation of Google and look for only the logo valuation, the trademark valuation of Google, it is available online, or Apple. Now they are the giants. So I can understand you say, okay, there are some big companies, so you can do that. But even if you look for smaller companies, if there is a brand recognition, even Kellogg's, right? The cornflakes maker, they make only few products. Kisan Jam, they make only few products, right? But the value, and everybody can make jam. There are a lot of companies who can make jam, right? Del Monte is there, Kisan is there, Tops is there in India. Now imagine whenever you go, even Heinz, do you see the same value of Heinz in India as you see for Kisan? I'm sure no. No, because the brand value of Kisan is much higher than that of Heinz. But globally, yes, Heinz would be at a much higher valuation, I guess. So the valuation of a company depends on its intellectual assets, which is IP, which is copyright, trademark, patents, and everything. So if a technology company is there, now this is about a product. Now, if there is a technology company, somebody from AI, you would know companies like Claude, you would know companies like Perplexity, companies like ChatGPT. How many of you know about DeepSeek? How many of you know about N4N? No, but so they are coming up. They are entering into market at various capacity in various phases in different markets. Everybody does not have the same valuation. Though the product could be higher, the product could be better. So over a period of time, how this will play out is that everybody will have their own patents. Everybody will have some technology around it, and they will protect it, because whatever valuation they have come up with, it is vested. It is protected through their assets, through the IP assets. And this is all area, I'm just trying to make a point that this whole area, this whole industry is based on patents, at least in technology space. We have a lot of other kinds of IP, but right now our focus is on patents. So there are two career paths. One is that you can become a patent agent or you can become a patent attorney. Patent agent means that you have a technical degree already, which is mandatory. Any kind of technical degree is mandatory. You do not require a LLB to be a patent agent. Okay. And you can represent your client. You can file it. You can file papers, documentation, prepare patents, and do everything, which is the 90% job, I would say, with the patent office. Yes. But you cannot litigate the case in a court of law, like any district court, high court, Supreme Court of India. You cannot represent, but up to patent office, you can represent the client. So day-to-day basis, this is the job of the patent agent. But suppose over a period of time, if you're interested, you can also apply for LLB, because LLB is done after the graduation. So it is not after 12th. So if you're a graduate already in any field, then you can also become a lawyer, and then you become a patent attorney. The only added advantage it gives is you can represent your client in court of law. And it is not mandatory, because you can always hire a lawyer. Even as a patent agent, you can always hire a lawyer. You can always hire some litigator, which most of the people do. So even if you are only a patent agent, this will not impact any career choice. This will be a very good career field for you. But I just wanted to give you the right picture that there is a further path also. So if you become a patent agent, which is just clearing an exam, there is no time for it. You just study. study in a particular manner, and then you clear the exam and you are a patent agent. So it's a self goal. It is not measured that, okay, only the top 100 people will be given the patent agent. It's a self goal. So you clear that exam, you have so much marks, and you are a patent agent from next day. You register for it, then there is a very nominal fee for the exam and also nominal fee for yearly register maintenance by the Patent Office of India. So it's a very fairly one exam, one additional exam you can go and clear, and then you be part of it. And it's an additional career choice that you can look for. So what all things you can do? You can do prior art searches, which is like, suppose somebody comes up with an idea. So you have to look for whether the idea is new or not, whether it is a patentable idea or not. So that kind of thing, you can look for it. Patent drafting, this is one of the most valuable thing, that you draft the patent, you create the patent. So inputs are given by the inventor, but how you have to write it. So the inventor would come up with his invention maybe in 2 pages, and then you will have to ask questions, relevant questions, and then you have to put it into a patent draft, which could be a 25-30 page document, a purely technical document, like a paper, but it is written in a particular way so that it suits the purpose of patent filing. You can file the applications, patent application on behalf of the client. You can attend the hearings with the patent office, and you can respond to queries and questions from the patent office. So this whole work, and this is not small work. You can imagine lakhs of inventions are there and many more lakhs. Now this 110,000 are only for last 1 year. Before that and before that and before that, so all of that is pending. So about 2-3 years of data is pending. So we are seeing about 200-300,000 applications which are coming up, and in next 3 years this will double up, if not less. So yeah, so, and you can advise inventors. You can be part of the inventions also. Because in many companies, if you are part of the team, you are also named as an inventor if you have contributed to the idea. So all of these are areas where you can work as a patent agent. How to be the patent agent? You have to be a citizen, very important, and you should hold a technical degree, and then minimum 21 years is required. Zero experience is required because it's an exam just by the run by the patent office. So you check your eligibility. The forms are already out from Indian Patent Office. You can look for IP India, and the forms are out. You have about more than a month to fill the form. The fees is only 1,600 rupees for the test. So you pass this exam. There are 3 tests, which I will just go through it. But you study a little bit for it, and then you pass it, and it's a self course like CA, right? You secure the marks, you are passed, you are a patent agent. It's not like a rank system. So there are 3 papers, 3 exam parts. Paper 1 is a multiple choice questions. When I cleared it, it was not that easy, I would say. It was a pretty difficult written exam, subjective. But now they have made it an objective multiple choice questions, which carries about 100 marks. And you are given 2 hours to write it. So this on the same day, after lunch, you have the paper 2. So which is happening in, I think, around 10th of January or something. So both exams will happen on the same day, before lunch and after lunch. So this second paper is how to write the patent, how the patent draft is going to come up with. It also carries 100 marks. For this, you are given 3 hours of time. Now, after you clear both the exam, they will issue a list that, okay, all of these people have cleared these exams. There is a minimum marks, and there is a collated marks. Like individually, you have to pass both the tests, and together they have to be minimum percentage that you have to clear. And only those people will be required to appear in Viva, which happens in February, mid or end, depending on how they will schedule it. There is no date for it right now, but depending on number of candidates, they will issue that, okay, you appear on this date. And that Viva appears, oral interview for 50 marks. And in total, you have to individually clear it, and as a total also, you have to clear it, minimum percentage. So this is the whole idea. So examination happens in major city. It does not happen everywhere in India, I would say, but in major city, I think 12-15 cities, they host the exam, and then you can go and appear for it like that. But the Viva happens in 4 patent offices across India. There is a act which is called the Patent Act. So the exam comes from that, which is for paper 1 and Viva. But the second one is actually a practice. So you have to understand how to write the patent draft. So for all these areas, we can help you in that. So how we see this is that anybody can create a company, they can create a startup. So, and some people have flair for it, some people have understanding, and some people are very passionate about it. So it's okay. Some people create technology, let them create technology, let them create startups. They may fail, they may succeed, right? But the key is with what? The key is in the asset creation. The key is with the asset creation. Now we can create assets for founders, for creators. Even if the startup failed, the asset will have the value, right? As I showed you, Tata Nano. The patents have value even if the product has failed, because those patents can be sold to other companies. Those patents can be imbibed, or they can be used by other products, by other companies, even the same company or anybody else. There could be somebody even from not only from cars, somebody could be from motorbikes, they can use it. Somebody from trucks, they can use it. Or maybe it is used in some other application, I don't know. Maybe the air conditioning can work for a building construction also. So we help to create value around it so that whosoever is success, but this part is always successful. The core monopoly asset is always successful. So we become the part of the investors to secure the capital. We help them. And we help the founders and creators also, because they are busy creating the products, but we will help them to create the long-term value of their asset, value of their creations. So that is why I always call it like you future-proof your career. And if you study market globally and industry, whenever there is a recession anywhere in the world, creation always increases, because people tend to distinguish themselves from others. People would like to make more value, more efficiency, and more intelligent products. So whenever there is a lapse in industry, whenever there is a slump in the industry globally, generally I felt that the patent industry would grow naturally, because people would very carefully, they will invest in everything, and whatever they invest in, they would like to protect it. So that is also one important aspect, that wherever you see the value of industry growing, this industry is always future proof. One of the industry is always future proof, because you will not see somebody coming up with the idea and protecting it for not protecting it at that time, right? So they will always like to invest something, they will always like to protect it. So that is the beauty of patent industry. Now, this is my own interpretation and my own that what I have seen over last 2 decades. So there is a why we should act for it, that we see a market growth because almost double we see the number of patents being filed, and there is strong need for this industry. Any fresher academician, any faculty member can do this, because if you are good in technology, you will survive in patents, because you will just have to add that 10% knowledge of legal and business, right? So it is, in fact, even a master, the students who come from masters or MTech or MSc, these fields, or you have a PhD, even this is one of the, for them, there are career options are very limited to my knowledge. But coming to patents will always and always increase their horizon, because they can work in multiple disciplines, multiple areas of business. The compensation also is very high, very good compared to the other industry areas on average. The R&D, the R&D fund that the government of India has created, and there is continuous addition to various industries, various funds. Semiconductor, 4th of July, I think, Prime Minister was in Gujarat, Sanand, to open a new semiconductor plant. He announced a new fellowship about new program, new fund for R&D, for things like that. So there is a continuous push from the government to invest into R&D areas in various industries across India. Global reach. So this is one of the industries where naturally you will go global, because you can work with the international firms who come and file in India on your behalf, or you can work with companies who would like to go and file outside India. So both sides. Or you can also work as a back office, as a IP office, as a technical IP office of foreign company, because many companies across the world, they do their work through India, through Indian agents. Even the international filing, suppose you have to write a US draft. So I write a lot of US drafts, European patent drafts, and everything. So all of that work comes to India, and all of that work can also be, you can be considered for that part also, which has even higher compensation, because we get paid in dollars. So this area, this time is very good, and this focus is very good, I would say. And but you do your research, because all of us are engineers or scientists. We would like to conduct our own research. We would like to conduct our own check. And so you go through this, understand this area, and then you can look for it. So you give yourself a chance. That is what we are asking. So you think what everybody is not thinking, but everybody is not looking for it. But how you can see your career 20 years down the line? Do you see it as a creator, as a protector, as an asset creator, value creator, or you see it somebody who would go to office at 9 a.m. and just come back, and you have no idea why somebody is asking you to do something? So you can be the creator, you can be the mentor of your own career and your own future through this. One of the ideas of this industry. Of course, there could be many examples, many answers, many industries, but one of the industry that I am familiar with and I have seen a lot of growth with people is this industry, where you can come and work with it. Now, patent is not the only thing. And if you come to IP, you are welcome to explore a lot of areas in industry. We have Sanjay, who was speaking with us. He's working a lot into geographical indications. All of you might have heard about Darjeeling tea, right? Ceylon tea, or a cheese from somewhere, or a champagne from France, right? All of these are geographical indications. So this is also it is not about patent agent, I'm saying. It is about IP industry, overall intellectual property industry. So it is huge. Every book that is published, every paper that you publish it, every article that you write, every movie that is created, a music video, anything on YouTube, all of these are copyright. Sport has such a huge innovation potential. Fashion, the entire fashion industry is on IP. It is based on IP. Then you have semiconductors, you have digital media, you have performance, entertainment, and you have copyrights, various varieties of copyright. So even if you write a code, somebody was from computer science, right? So you write a code. So the code can be protected in copyright as well as under patents as a concept. So all of these are intellectual property. So I'm not restricting that being a patent agent is only about patents. Being a patent agent is going to open doors for you for this whole industry, for this whole area, which many of us are not aware of that much. So at Possible Education, you can register with us through this scanner. And what we do is we will take about 30 live sessions for the preparation of the patent agent examination. You are welcome to attend it at a very low price. The fees is about 13,000 now, but we have reduced it for the participants of this session. We are charging about 11,000. We'll give 30 plus live sessions, and there'll be at least I would say 6 to 8 speakers who have 15 years, 20 years of experience from various industries, from sciences, from pharmaceuticals, from computer science, from mechanical, and various industries, right? So all of that, and you will have access to all the recordings. And so these will be live sessions, okay? And you can ask questions, you can post questions. There will be example, there will be case studies, and there'll be practice sessions which will happen from between August to December. There'll be mock tests, there'll be questions. There's a question bank that will help you to prepare for the exam. We will have weekend classes, and you will have access to all the recordings for another 2 years, so that if you're not able to clear it, or you would like to use it further for your knowledge addition, so you can also use it further. And yeah, so all of this is going to come. So that's about the possible platforms. So we have a very good faculty from industry who have done tremendous work into various technical areas and various industry areas. So we welcome you to join the course so that we can help you to prepare for the exam, and we will do the best that we can. Now, I think Sarasija want to say something. And this is open for questions from anybody after Sarasija.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gaurav, for a lovely, we feel validated in our professions when we hear this, that what a difference we make. What I would like to add to what you said is, it is especially focusing on women candidates. There comes a point, in our lives that you are in a position where you have to make a choice. There is a fork in your life, like you educated really well, but you also want a family, and women, we want everything. We want a family, we want to be the best mothers, the best wives, the best daughters, and also have a great career. And many of us, we would have worked in the laboratories, done brilliantly there. But when you come to this fort, you have to make a choice. You don't want to give up your science, and you don't want to, and both things require more than 100%. The laboratory will demand, the house will demand. And how do you make that choice? You might have had a break in your career, you might have had a baby, or you might have relocated, or so many things happen. That is the point when you can consider this kind of a career where you are not only in contact with the best cutting edge science, as you would know that, whatever is patented is the latest in technology. What comes in research papers comes later on. What comes in the patents comes first. So you're exposed to the latest technology, you're dealing with the latest in science, and an armchair scientist. You're not going to the lab, definitely. Maybe you're passionate about the lab, but you live through that. You see what is happening, and it gives a lot of satisfaction. That was my first point. And my second point is the patent agent exam, as of now, also requires exposure and an understanding of the Designs Act, which we probably missed in this conversation. As a scientist, you would know what designs are, and you would also need to know the Designs Act, which would also be taken up so that you are thorough in your preparations. These are 2 points I wanted to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Saraswati. Thank you for the addition. Yeah. So now anybody has any question, they can ask. Anything about the industry or examples or the course. Okay. You can connect with me here. This is my LinkedIn. You can scan it and connect. And back to you, Sanjay. Sanjay, are you there? Okay, I think we can close. Thanks to all for joining.
Sir, thank you so much for such an insightful and enriching session. Your detailed explanation of the patent agent examination, about who a patent agent is, how to register for it, and the opportunities in this profession, everything, whatever you shared right now, it has given us a much clearer understanding of this field. We truly appreciate the way you explained step-by-step patent life cycle, highlighted the importance of protecting innovation through patent, and emphasized the research and development have limitless opportunities. Your practical insights on how patent help transform innovative ideas into valuable intellectual property were extremely inspiring. What made today's session even more engaging was the way you explained every concept through practical and real life examples, making even complex topic easy to understand and relate to. So on behalf of everyone present here, I sincerely thank you for taking the time to share your valuable knowledge, experience and guidance with us. I would also like to thank all the participants for their active participation and enthusiasm throughout the session. So with this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you once again, Gaurav sir, for an excellent session, and thank you everyone for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you.